All right, so today we'll be talking about and reading our Achieve 3000 article, The Ballooning of a Parade. So, our desired results today are: why is monitoring our reading comprehension important? And at the end of the lesson, we'll be able to monitor our reading comprehension by applying the Say Something strategy and completing multiple choice questions. So, we have two words: levitate, to rise or make something rise into air, and snafu, a problem that makes a situation difficult. So we will be using our Say Something strategy, and I will be reading our article to us today. The Ballooning of a Parade. What's Thanksgiving without a tasty family dinner? Feelings of gratitude and a 53-foot tall, about 16-meter tall Pikachu levitating above the streets of Manhattan. The gratitude is up to you and the menu to whoever is preparing your tea day dinner. But Pikachu and dozens of other outsized inflatables are yours this year, as they have been for nearly a century, courtesy of Macy's department store in New York City. About 3.5 million people show up annually to see the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade somewhere along its 2.5-mile, about 4-kilometer route. And another 50 million people watch it on TV, making it one of the most viewed broadcasts year after year. But the parade is more than just a big balloon blow up and blow out. It's an American institution, and that's not just a lot of hot air. The first Macy's Day Parade hit the streets of New York on Thanksgiving Day of 1924. Although it was billed at the time as a Christmas celebration, the store's executives promoted the event as a marathon of mirth in Macy's full-page newspaper ads, and about 250,000 New Yorkers showed up for the occasion. When did Macy's not know how to sell a product? As it turned out, the parade procession was just 2 blocks long and lasted only a few minutes. No matter, an institution was born. The 1924 parade featured floats with Mother Goose characters, Macy's employees dressed as clowns and cowboys, 4 marching bands, and some animals from nearby Central Park Zoo, including bears and elephants, but no giant balloons. Those made their debut in 1927 as a replacement for the zoo animals whose roars and growls were scaring kids. Since then, floats, school marching bands, and performers have been staples of the parade, but the balloons have become the main event. The first ever celebrity balloon was Felix the Cat, one of the leading comic strip characters back in the day. Unfortunately, the parade organizers neglected to formulate a plan for deflating Felix, so they let him fly off into the sky at the end of the day. For the next few parades, the organizers designed a select few of balloons to slowly leak helium so that they'd stay afloat for about 10 days and then have to drop back down to Earth. Whoever got a hold of the deflated balloons would receive a $100 reward from Macy's. One year, a furious tug-of-war broke out after a balloon landed in Long Island, New York, and people kept yanking it until they tore it apart. Another year, a loose balloon got tangled up in the propeller of a small plane and almost took it down, which instantly ended the tradition. Nowadays, all the balloons are deflated, crated, and stored for the next year once the parade ends. The balloon snafus haven't just happened after the parade, though. There has been a fair share of mishaps along the parade route, too. In 1931, Felix the Cat hit an electric wire and burst into flames. In 1957, Popeye's hat filled with rainwater and doused unsuspecting spectators along the way. In 1997, the Cat in the Hat hit a street light due to high winds and injured 2 people, and 2 more people were injured in 2005 when an M&M knocked down a street lamp. But the good news is that the balloons are usually pretty secure. It takes as many as 90 handlers to guide one down the street. Since their inception, the balloons were grounded only once, in 1971, because the wind was too powerful that day. And the parade itself was canceled only 3 times, from 1942 to 1944, because of rubber and helium shortages during World War II. Macy's did its share for the war effort by donating 650 pounds of balloon rubber to the government. One of the highlights at every parade is the debut of brand new balloons. In 1934, it was Mickey Mouse. In 1940, it was Superman. More recently, it's been SpongeBob SquarePants, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and Dr. Seuss's The Grinch, to name a few. And in 2019, astronaut Snoopy will be rocketing over the crowd in honor of the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 moonwalk. Though the balloons change, some traditions remain the same, and Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade keeps marching on. So, at the end of this lesson, you should be able to monitor your reading and respond to your multiple choice questions. Make sure to not forget to upload your score for today's assignment with a snip that says the story of the name of the article and the score you received.